Hello, brothers and sisters, wherever you are in the world. I'm now in Paris for Fashion Week, and I'll be performing tonight. So I thought I would share what I'm about to share with you right now. Just waiting for a few of you guys to join on. And if you're not joining, I'll probably let it be so later on you can watch it. So I asked a question. What is the name of the virus that was sucking blood and eating SPLA within our struggle? And so this is for those of you who are open-minded to see it. And so when you're in power in the future, you can recognize what this is. So when I was in Fanyedo, when we arrived in Fanyedo as a kids, during that time, when we used to play football, like those thousands of young people in Fanyedo. And something I could not understand is, and as we play, there was one kid who would just slap me. It's for the first time in my life for me to see that there's something called stars. Like the way when someone give you a punch and slap in your face and you see stars, yeah. So this kid used to call me Menenyagat. I want to understand what does a Menenyagat mean. So every time he called me Nyagat, I didn't know what Nyagat is, The first time for me to hear the word Nyagat was in Panyido. I didn't know what it is. So he would call me Menenyagat. So until I asked a Dinka friend of mine, what does Nyagat mean? This guy told me Nyagat are Nuer rebels, the people who are fighting SPLA, and they ambush and kill people. Standing there, why are you calling my dad Nyagat? My dad is a commander in SPLA. So how am I a Nyagat? And I am here. So, but this kid was a bully. So for example, we play football, he'll kick me, we fight. And every time I fight him, other guy would throw me down. I am dead. So I could not punch. He would punch me so fast that I see stars. But when I wake up and I'm alive, I start the fight with him again. He punched me and I'm out. So now it's so difficult. Let's say if I'm right and I go and report and say, look, this kid called me Nyagat, and I'll put my report in order. He ended up winning. He ended up winning the case, even though I have other witnesses, and I end up getting punished when he's the one who calls me Menenyagat. To pass this thing forward, so we become trained, I became a child soldier, and we moved on. This thing continues. You see the Juba that you're all in now, Juba City. I was under the headquarters of a man called John Kong. Yeah? So there's Kong Tut. So I was in Kong Tut headquarters, but I later moved on to John Kong headquarters in a place called Kurki. So during that time, the time of Kurki, there was a plan to attack Juba. So Dr. John Garang came and gave his address, the whole other generals and commanders and captain. I was one of the smallest soldiers there. So I wanted to be given the mission to actually go to the battlefield with the big soldiers. So one guy from John Kong, I think he was a captain, and he said, Jal, you really want to go in front? And I said, yes, I'm going. So they put for me 6 magazines. Each of them has got 30 bullets in it. Then they put for me a sonky, a knife. Then they put for me a small bottle for putting water. Then they put me extra bullets. Now they put my AK-47. And then they told me, okay, here's a bag of your food. So now when everything was put on me, they told me, run. Run. I could not move. I could not move. They thought, yeah. So you want to come with us? You have to make sure you run. So because I was not able to run, they thought, okay, now you get the picture, you stay in the compound. So what job was I given? I was still looking at, you have to serve Dr. John Garang with water. So I had to get water and serve all the other generals. So that's one thing I discovered there. But being in the compound of Kangtu, the Nyagat thing was still there, you know. So there was this soldier who had a fight because he was called a Nyagat by another soldier in the compound. Even though I was a witness, I heard what happened. I also testified. The guy who reported that he was called Nyagat ended up being punished, you know, for being called Nyagat. So now you have this situation whereby if you're called Nyagat or whatever and you try to report, you who's being called Nyagat is the one who suffer. So most people start keeping it being called Nyagat. Now, one of the person who showed us how to survive being called Nyagat was somebody from the headquarters of William Nyonban, from the Gojam. So this guy from Gojam came. I think he had a message to come and bring in the area. So one guy called him a Nyagat. You know what he did? He pulled his gun and he fired a bullet straight into that guy who called him a Nyagat. Luckily, the guy he shot didn't die. And everybody came. And then when everybody came, there's a scene. And then he was asked, why did you do that? He said, like, this guy is calling me a Nyagat. And why calling me a Nyagat? He's the Nyagat himself because he's bringing division within us. We have an enemy we're fighting now. And then he's calling me a Nyagat. So I don't know how many people he called Nyagat. And by calling people Nyagat, it's destroying our movement. And so, because he used his logic and he used force, and he told us, next time someone call you a Nyagat, don't wait for the law. Because the law is going to favor the person who called you Nyagat. Just pull your gun. And so, since that day, nobody has ever called me Nyagat or anybody. Because we're in the same movement. And there are people who are like that in every system that destroy countries. They destroy everything. And I'm going to give you one of the stories that why there are people in every system that are good. You know, I was in Juba. I went to do peace concert one day. And so one day I was moving. So you know, this guy, one of the guys pulled me out because I had dread on, you know. And he called me, yeah, stupid guy. Huh? You Toronto boys. He's calling me a Toronto boy. I said, look, I'm not Toronto boy, you know. And also he had me speak in Nuer. I say, he's Nuer guy, kneel down. So with a group of other peoples. So they asked me to kneel down. So I obey, you know, like one of the things that is good when you're trained as a soldier is wherever that person tells you what to do, just obey the orders. Don't try to debate, you know. So the guy told me, kneel down, I kneel down. He pulled me by my hair, they pulled me to the side. And because I was speaking in Nuer with my other people, that gave him a problem. Then he said, we're going to shave you right now. Then I told him, brother, if you're going to shave me and it's going to make you feel good, go ahead, you know. And so he started speaking the most nastiest things. And as he was dragging me to pull me in a dark place or whatever they could do, so one guy came and told him, brother, why are you doing this to a citizen of South Sudan? Explain to me what this Toronto boy has done. Just give me a reason. The other guy told him, shut up. They spoke in Dinka. So now these two guys, and the guy was talking, he was from Agar, you know, and he tell him, look, I don't like what you're doing, sir. So the guy had a higher rank than him and told him, Tiba, you know, Kalfidor or something. And that guy cocked his gun. And he said, look, sir, I am not happy with what you're doing because this person has done nothing and you want to destroy our country with this. First, you have to get through me before you hurt this man. I was shocked. That guy cocked his gun just nothing happened to me, you know? So now we see like in every system, there's a bad person and there's a good person. Now, the guy who cocked the system, and they was talking, hey, why you? And they say like they want to kill this Rasta man, and this Rasta man did nothing. They call him a Toronto boy, or maybe because he spoke in Nuer. That's the only reason you want to hurt this person. But that's not how we're going to make this country good, that we just terrorize citizens. And that was on the road to the Unamis, you know, that when you're going to Unamis in Juba, that's what happened to me. Another guy had the story and came. And he said, look, this should not be happening. But the guy who came now was a higher ranking than this other guy. And then he told this guy, Tiba, get folk. He told him, Dor Barao, about turn or something. And there I end up surviving. So I would have died in Juba that day, or I would have been shaved. But this is a story that has not been told. Now you see, right now, in our country, we have people who want to make our country good. Then we have people who want to make our country bad. So there are three types of people. And you'll find them in any tribe, in any movement. There are those people who want to eat for themselves. They want to terrorize other people. They want to respect. They want to boost and they abuse the law. There are those who are driven by their purpose, who want to make their country move forward. And they'll do everything to follow the law or go beyond. And then there are those who don't know what to do. They're just there. They just follow the crowd, whichever person, whatever they decide. The guys who break the law to benefit themselves, and the guy who want the law to go forward and respect the country, and the other person who just shepherd and do something. So now as I talk to you right now, in this government we have, the people who have destroyed our country are those who call other people Nyagat. No, the Nyagat was in SPLA. And anybody who has been in SPLA will understand what that is. What made the attack of Juba fail? A lot of people know. When Dr. Riek Machar split in 1991, he was on the other side. Me, I was on this side, where I was in Kafoite during that time. So on this other side, even before the split, the Nyagat was still there. People were being called Nyagat, you know? And I'm talking right now, I can see the people who call other people Nyagat, they're still there. And even right now, if you go, those same people are so blind. They're so egotistic. They're so, they have so much pride. They feel like everything belongs to them, you know. But they don't know. They're destroying themselves. You know, like right now, God has trusted Dinka to run our country. They have. God has done that. And when the day comes and God decides to change his mind, most Dinka people will suffer because they've been given an opportunity to look. Because God looked and he has not trusted anybody to govern our country during SPLA time. He gave it to John Garang. When we went back to Aram, there was a Lear, there was a Deng Nial. They were trusted. John Garang has been trusted. Now Kir has been trusted. And whoever else want to come, they want to take it by force. You see, these things, don't take it for granted. Because God has trusted you to lead the country. And he could change his mind one day and give it to other people. Now, in this, that means every Dinka child, every person there should be the watch to protect this name. Because right now, just because of one leader, the name of the Dinka is messed up by just one leader. You know? Everybody perceive that any other Dinka leader who will come is going to be the same as this leader who's governing us. That's what everybody will assume. Because there are people who are quiet right now, they are quiet. They don't want to say anything. They don't want to say anything. Either once, because they are afraid. Number two, maybe because they're afraid to lose what they're eating. There's one man that that I saw the other day that made me laugh. He used to work in President Kiir's office. And he used to be number one person cussing anybody saying anything about President Kiir. Then when he was sacked from his office, hey, you have no idea. The messages he write right now, I think his name is Atenchwek. I don't know, I won't mention his name. I don't know his name properly. He used to work there. The guy used to boost around. And then when he was removed from the office, right now he's agreeing with everyone. He's saying this is the worst president. This is the president that caused divide. So we have people like that. As long as you're eating, the president is amazing. And as long as you're eating from the person who brings the cake from the president's place, then the president is fine. But as long as you're down there and you're not eating, you'll see. That's when you know the president is not good. So ask yourself a question right now. Now, realistically, if you look at it, every 3 steps, I want to ask yourself a question. The question is this. What is your role in this moment right now? If you look at the picture, are you the one who will be calling people nyagat? Or are you the one who's going to stop anyone who call people nyagat? Because if the person is with you, why do you call them nyagat? They're fighting alongside with you. We lost the battle in Juba from capturing Juba during that time. Not because we were defeated by Arabs. Commander Wangsho at that time was there because he was called Nyagat too. And the people around him were called Nyagat. So one day, Wangsho, Ian Makwai, who was recently working for the intelligence, he was there. I was with the same team with them when we left. We were all called Nyagat, even though we are fighting along everybody. So when those who were tired of being called Nyagat left, it was impossible for Jiang to fight by themselves with few Nuer that remained to capture Juba. The Arab beat the hell out of us. So look, right now, some of you would see bombs being dropped and civilians and babies are burning. And those are Nuer women and children. And they're happy. Oh, Mr. Nyagat, get it. Let me show you one thing. Yeah? Right now, you see Uganda's taken one of our area. Is fighting along the government. It's taken an area. That area is worth of trillions of dollars. But Jiang will not face Uganda by themselves. They can't. So you have to be careful. Do you want to destroy your brother to please an enemy that pretend to be your friend? Why waste all our money on killing each other when we can use that to make peace work? Really, look at it. Who are you? Are you the one calling people Nyagat, or you're the one to advise those people who call other people not to call other people Nyagat? I think for the first time I've seen like some people coming to common sense when they've put Dr. Machar on the trial. It's the first time to see a lot of South Sudanese, even some of them who used to hate Riek, and say, look guys, something is not right about this case. And I was really surprised to see that from some people who used to talk about that. Some will say, okay, Riek does not bring any value. Okay, let me say, for example, you put him in jail. You have millions of people who in their heart will put what is called emotional and mental notes. And as they work in silence, they will prepare in silence and then hit back later. Why do we want to fall in cycles just to benefit on short term, when we can look at the long term and build a country that takes us forward. So I just thought I would share this with you, this moment, this video. Maybe I talk for so long, but peace is you. Let me know if you have ever met anyone who called another person a nyagat, and what did you do about it? Or if you have ever been called a nyagat, and how did you react? Right now, I talk in Juba. There are people who are like that, my friend. They're there. They call other people nyagat. Those are the people who are destroying our country. And those are the people you may find advising the president to not make the right decision for the country. Peace is you.